Obviously champagne is known globally, worldwide. Everybody has heard of the term champagne, but there is an evolution, I think, for sparkling wines as well coming through, particularly in the last 5 to 10 years, I would say, in this country. I think sparkling wines still conjure up this feeling of, a bit like the name sparkling, it has this edge of sort of glitz and glamour, but brightness and freshness to it. And I think that's what people expect from a sparkling wine. It's a bit of a treat, but it's also a little bit of an indulgence as well at the same time. So there's something quite decadent about having a glass of sparkling wine. I think champagne is always going to have the name that people recognise. It's a brand in its own right, and it's very difficult to really compete with that. I think as we see changing in climate, champagne will change. So we don't know where champagne's going to be in 20 years' time, what styles it's going to do to have for vintages in the future. I think in a way that might bring more of an equivalence with sparkling wines from warmer countries that are made still in a very cool climate terroir, because ultimately it's about the terroir of each individual site that is going to inform the style and the quality of the wine. So I would imagine that sparkling wines will begin to gain more prominence, because even though, as a very general statement, even though some sparkling wines are premium and can be expensive, the quality for value ratio is still higher than with some champagnes. So I think the message for me would be that sparkling wine can offer such high quality compared to a champagne at a similar price. I think Ciarollo is fantastic. I do think it's a sort of hidden gem almost, because it's in such a small area, and yet Ciarollo has absolutely the acidity and the finesse that you need for the backbone of a really true high quality sparkling wine, but with its own distinctive aroma and earthy style to it. But Ciarollo, for me, is aside from Chardonnay and Pinot Noir, is definitely the grape that I would choose for a sparkling. I think the influence of Cremona has been really significant, particularly with sommeliers who understand the style and the concept of what Cremona does achieve. I think Cremona has for many years now been a real standard bearer for the fact that you can have incredibly high quality sparkling wine that tastes effectively very similar to champagne and better than many champagnes. So I think that influence of high quality, in the same way as with any niche, well, not new, but a niche concept, if the sommeliers understand this and take it on board, what we see here is it filters down. So the sommeliers will recommend those wines to their customers in the restaurants, and then gradually the customers in the restaurants get on board with the idea and they understand. So I think the concept of high quality in sparkling wine has been very much led by Cremona. I came across Cremona I was trying to think about this, about 9 to 10 years ago, through a recommendation of a friend of mine. We were in Spain and she said, "Listen, Catriona, you've got to try this Cremona wine. You'll never have tried anything like it as a sparkling wine from Spain." And I remember very clearly, it was a 2001 Célibataire, and it was phenomenal, and it blew my mind. So yeah, that was my first experience, and very memorable. That's really hard to describe Cremona in 3 words. Complex, absolutely. I think it's one of the most complex sparkling wines that I have ever tasted, and I would include champagne in that. Unparalleled, because I don't think there's anything quite like it from anywhere. With the length of aging that the Gramona wines have, it makes it completely unique amongst sparkling wines in the world. And beautiful.